The theory of the long tail is that our culture and economy is increasingly shifting away from a focus on relatively small number of hits or mainstream products and markets at the head of the demand curve and toward a huge number of niches in the tail. As the cost of production and distribution fall, especially online, there's now less need to lump products and consumers into one-size-fits-all containers. Basically what the long tail is getting at is that instead of lumping consumers and, just mass marketing, it's going to be those companies that can kind of establish their own little niche and go after, personalization attempts and just kind of better target each individual consumer. And that in the end, that's going to win out as opposed to a more mass market approach. They talked about, one of the articles we found talked about Blockbuster being a mass market distributor and how it's being threatened by Netflix, which supplies so many titles that Blockbuster doesn't even carry in its stores. And, it's those people who want those specialty titles, that they're going to go to Netflix and they're going to spread the word. So that's how, Netflix is capitalizing on the long tail phenomenon. In terms of time and Style Feeder, we found that Style Feeder combines the best of Web 2.0's social and personalized aspects in the web's only personal shopping engine. By learning about each person's unique sense of style, Style Feeder helps shoppers discover new products they'll love and others who share their tastes. So we definitely think that Time could capitalize on its purchase of Style Feeder using the long tail strategy. Consumers don't like being lumped together. Time falls into a category of publications that can be grouped with some other similar ones. So if it can figure out a way to differentiate itself, which it can do so by incorporating Style Feeder, we think that'll be, they can use it to their competitive advantage. Another article we found pointed out two distinct reasons why Time's purchase of Style Feeder has really been a great move. Style Feeder, as we mentioned before, combines the best of Web 2.0's social and personalized aspects in the web's only personal shopping engine. And just secondly, Style Feeder is special. Unlike other shopping portals, Style Feeder focuses on delivering personalized shopping recommendations using collaborative filtering technology. So, basically Style Feeder is going to go after, certain already existing Time customers as well as prospective Time customers, and try and target them, what their fashion needs are, how they can, better, be personal shoppers for Time customers. The next question is directed towards Justin. It says, Mark Beanoff, CEO of Salesforce.com, runs his company's infrastructure on 1,500 Dell PCs, also known as commodity servers, and 100% cloud software. It's a $1.3 billion global company with 70,000 customers, 15 billion database transactions per quarter, and multiple customers with over 50,000 users. Their new Chatter Enterprise software media application will be pitted against Microsoft SharePoint. Beanoff argues that now is the time for companies to get on the cloud bandwagon in order to remain competitive. He says that sea change is underway due to the rapid rise in cloud applications and platforms. Should your company be seriously considering virtualization and cloud computing today? What does the hype cycle say? What advice would Carr give in IT Doesn't Matter? What do you think?
Okay, when people refer to virtualization, they're basically, one example is they can be referring to server virtualization, which is where you can have things where you have one physical server which is linked to many virtual servers, and each machine can interact independently with other devices and applications. Cloud computing is an internet-based computing whereby shared resources, software, and information are provided to computers and other devices on demand like public utilities. Companies should definitely consider looking at virtualization and cloud computing. 8 ways that cloud computing will change business: the creation of a new generation of products and services, a new lightweight form of real-time partnerships and outsourcing with IT suppliers, a new awareness and leverage of the greater internet and Web 2.0 in particular, a reconciliation of traditional SOA with the cloud and other emerging IT models, the rise of new industry leaders and IT vendors, and more self-service IT from the business side, more tolerance for innovation and experimentation from businesses, and the slow-moving dinosaur firms will have trouble keeping up more nimble adapters and fast followers. In terms of the hype cycle, is virtualization is in the slope of enlightenment, while cloud computing is at the peak of inflated expectations. When we looked into these things even further, it seemed that there were both issues that companies needed to be aware of. In terms of cloud computing, Gartner notes that many large enterprises are interested in cloud computing but are concerned about the security of it at this point. Regulatory compliance and uptime, and that hybrid cloud implementations will be more prevalent than pure private or public implementations. Therefore, it seems that there's a bit more confusion about the cloud and how it will affect the enterprise. Virtualization, on the other hand, is further along on the hype cycle, while the growth of virtualization has exposed some new challenges, including operational consistency. The next question that we're going to address is, Nokia, the world's largest mobile phone maker, launched free maps for high-end smartphones on January 21st. They were losing market share to Apple's iPhone and mobile phones that use Google's Android platform. Users have access to free maps in 180 countries, with voice-guided navigation available for 74 countries and 46 languages. In 2007, Nokia acquired Navteq, an electronic map company, for $81 billion. Nokia plans to use this base for advertisers and partners while they work on a new smartphone platform. This is a blow to TomTom and Garmin. Is this a good business decision for Nokia? What would you recommend? Is this a way to move out of the red ocean into the blue ocean space? And Sarah's going to address this question.